Are you looking to becoming a CRNA and wonder what that entails? Well, keep watching. My name is Christine and I teach how to become a CRNA and provide career tips for existing CRNAs. If that interests you, consider subscribing. In this video, we're going to talk about how to become a CRNA. And at the end of the video, I will have a secret tip that I use to become a CRNA. So the first step is that you have to become a registered nurse. There are different levels of becoming a registered nurse. There is a associate's prepared versus a bachelor's prepared. You're going to need to become a bachelor's prepared nurse, okay? And in the comments below, I would love to hear, who wants to be a CRNA and what status are you in? Are you a registered nurse? Are you in the ICU? Are you in school? Or are you currently a CRNA? Next step is to go right into the ICU. It could be any type of intensive care unit. It could be surgical intensive care, medical intensive care, trauma intensive care. In some schools, they do not accept neuro intensive care unit. So I really recommend going to the medical or surgical intensive care unit for at least a year. More years of training will increase your chances of being accepted into a CRNA school. Now, say you've gotten your training and you've done a minimum of a year. You also need something called your CCRN. That is a certificate in critical care specific to ICU. So you're going to need to take that certification exam. A lot of schools do require that. Also, you need to start preparing yourself for your GRE exam. And depending on what school you are interested in, they have different scores that are a minimum to accept you into your school. So that's another step you'll need to do. Then after that, the next step is to get accepted. Now, you may apply to anesthesia school and you may not be accepted. Don't stop there, okay? If you have a dream of becoming a CRNA and that is your sole calling, you're gonna keep trying and trying until you get in, okay? Now, think about it. You're like, I wanna become a CRNA and this is for me. So apply to any school in the country. I know it seems like, oh, I don't want to leave my family. I don't want to leave my life. If you live in New York and you apply to school in Nebraska, and that's the only school that accepted you, and you're going to go in September, do it. It's temporary. I know it sounds harder than it seems, but when you have a plan, you got to do it. Now, another thing. So a lot of people say, oh, it's so expensive, going into a CRNA school. But as a nurse, you get a pretty good salary. So I recommend saving for your future because that's your plan. So when you do get a place at a CRNA school, you have some savings to cover you for your transition. Now, you may have to take out loans, but it's all temporary. When you graduate, you're gonna make a good salary where you'll pay back those loans in a short period of time, as long as you put yourself on a budget. Now, after that, you're in CRNA school. You do 110% of your willpower. And some schools now, when I went to school, I did a program where it was a master's prepared CRNA. Now, a lot of the programs have transitioned into DMP, so it's a much longer program. However, it's temporary. When you become a CRNA, you have the rest of your life to enjoy yourself. So even if it's a master's versus a DMP program, which will be longer, it's fine. It's temporary. It's just what you want to become, so you're going to do it. So that will be your next step. Then you graduate from CRNA school, in flying colors, just surviving. And then you apply to a job. There's multiple jobs across the country. CRNAs, there is a need, especially if you're interested in traveling and becoming a locum CRNA. There are tons of jobs and they pay very well. And at the same time, it's what you love and you just did it. You became a CRNA. And then you could take your family with you everywhere or go back home where you want to work close to your family. So that's always another option. Now, these are probably a lot of different steps in what I'm speaking to you about, but this is you want to become one. Now, existing CRNAs, I will be doing some future videos on the business of anesthesia, also some resume writing skills and some topics of how to become a 1099. So those will be some upcoming videos. If you want to learn more about how to become a CRNA, click any of these videos over here and I'll see you in the next video.